Well, hello. How are you doing today? It's Friday, and that means it's time for Muppin Sewing Emporium. How are you doing? I'm wonderfully well. If you're out there and you can hear me, please say hello. Give me a comment, give me a thumbs up, give me some kind of indication you can hear me. It is a beautiful Friday night here in downtown Paducah, Kentucky. I hope you're doing great. Hope you've had a wonderful week. It's Good Friday. I hope it's been good for you. It's been a little unusual. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like everything that could happen today has happened today. Um, I'm trying to figure out why that is, but here we are. It's Friday and we're together. We're here with Mr. Spooky. You can see him right there. He is hanging out right here on the set today. So we have a lot going on, and oh, Mariana is, I hope to see you during quilt week. Yes, yes, we have a lot of stuff to talk about tonight. We are going to talk about quilt week, and we are going to talk about some other things going on in the shop, which is pretty darn exciting, I have to say. We are about to add Monday Monday hours. So down here in downtown Paducah, not very many of the businesses in the actual downtown zone are open. And so one of the things that we noticed is that with the museum being open on Mondays, we had people who would come and they would come to the front of the shop, and then they'd be so upset because we are in the building but we're not open. So in order for us to get everybody to say hello to everybody, and not miss you if you are in town. Whoa, hello. Not miss you if you are in town on Mondays. We are planning to be open on Mondays, so that is new. Also, starting, I believe, the week before quilt week, we are going to start having Friday night hours up until we start taping for the show. So I'm here anyway. And I know a lot of people work and also get very busy on Saturdays, and they want to get their sewing stuff late Friday night. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to have some Friday night hours, and we're going to have some yeah, Mondays. Mondays we're going to be open, I think 12 to 4. That's what we're planning on doing. We're not going to be open as early. That does give us a little bit of time to do some of the errands that we need to usually run, because we are open the other 6 days a week. So we need a little bit of being able to run to the grocery store, things like that. So we're going to be doing that, and Mondays and Fridays. I hope you're as excited about that as I am. I am pretty excited for Friday night, because then I will have to kick everybody out so I can film back here in the studio. So I'm pretty excited about how this is all going to go. I feel like it's going to be a lot of we're going to have a lot of fun. I also am getting ready to announce all of our quilt week plans, and I just have to tell you, they're pretty cool. I can give you a small sneak peek, a little preview, as it were. We are going to be hosting a candle event with the Pour Room. That's Pour. the pour room, which is here in Paducah. Jerry, yeah. Yeah, I don't. I really don't. I guess I don't need errands. Like, who needs food when you could just have it delivered, right? Like, who needs to shop? Like it says, excited for those Friday night hours. Yes. Yes. I am so excited about Friday nights. Not just because I get to be here, right? But all of our other Friday night stuff too. Okay, so um what was I saying? Oh right. The Pour Room, Pour. They are a candle event space, and what they do at the Pour Room is normally you go to their business and you select a bunch of different smells, flavors, whatever, and you put it into your own candle. Well, we're going to be doing an event here in Muppin Sewing Emporium in the shop. And what we're going to do is we're going to have a make your own room spray slash essential diffuser, because then we won't have to wait for all the wax to settle. But you get to make your own quilt room spray here in the shop the Monday of Quilt Week. So that's kicking off our Quilt Week extravaganza, and I'm pretty excited about that. So again, the ladies from the Pour Room are going to be here on Monday. I believe that's the 23rd. Let me just pop that up here to make sure. 24th. It's the 24th. It's the Monday. And they're going to be here at 12 noon. And so you're going to want to come and you're going to want to make your room spray, and you can make it smell like whatever you want. Or you could get the Muppin Sewing Emporium blend, and you can make your room smell like our shop, which is kind of amazing. So I am pretty excited that that's how we're kicking off Quilt Week here at Muppin Sewing Emporium. We had some adorable customers today who were just over the moon that we were open in here. And oh my gosh, yeah. Lagan is asking, do we need tickets to prior to the Pour Room event? No, you do not. And the event can, like, it's going to be from like 12 to 3, so you can come in and make your thing and then go, or go and shop or browse our expensive or our expansive, I should say, expensive and expansive gallery. So that will be here as well. I thought you were working with a brew pub, but that sounds pretty awesome. The Pour Room does sound like a bar, and I think they sometimes get confused for being a bar. But I have to say that the lady who owns it, she's Tara, is so sweet and so nice. And I was just so happy to meet them. Her business is so cute. And if you come to Paducah, you can go to her shop and you can make your own, like, candles and your own vessels and all these kinds of things. And then you can actually get the vessels refilled when you burn your candle down to the nub. So we're not going to do candles, we're going to do room sprays and diffusers. And that's because we didn't want to have to wait for all of the candles to solidify. But if you love it, which I'm sure you will absolutely be able to go over to the Pour Room after our event and make your own candles. It's so exciting. So anyway, that's just kicking off our event. And then And then the shenanigans happened, right? So, as you know, we are we will be doing a couple of tours of the building, of our creepy scary building. um and so I think, if you want to get a tour of our building, we're going to have some information about how you can do that. They will be at night. um and I can't say if our building is haunted or not. It was never a residence, so I don't think that anyone ever lived here. Um, no one actually lived here to die here, but there were shootings. There have been like robberies, all kinds of crazy stuff has happened in this building over the years. So we'll be able to like do a couple of tours of the building. I love when small businesses support each other. Me too. Pretty excited about that. Um, that is just the beginning. Did I say yet that we're giving away a sewing machine? Oh, did I leave that part out? I did. We are giving away a sewing machine. You will be able to, for every, so you do not have to purchase anything to enter to win the sewing machine. You come in, you fill out the slip, but every purchase gives you an additional entry. So there's that. And then we are also doing the gift bags for the first 10 purchasers of every day. So I am very excited about that as well. What else? So much. Oh, our hours are super extended. They are 9 to 7 every day from Sunday to Sunday. So you will be able to come and see us all quilt week. We're going to be open Sunday to Sunday, 9 to 7. There is time in there for me to sleep, but not a whole lot. I'm pretty excited about it. I hope you are as well. We have been stocking out the shop, and I don't know if you have seen our social media posts lately, but we do have fabric on the bolt that have arrived, and hold your horses. We got notification that our Tula Pink order of Everglow has shipped. So we are also getting the entire line of Tula Pink's brand new collection of fabrics, and all of that's going to be here. I don't know if it'll be next week. It is, but I'm pretty certain it's coming really, 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 really soon. Marion, beautiful fabric. Yes, the woven fabrics that we just posted are so pretty, so gorgeous. You have to see them. So, the other thing that we are madly working on is the switch over for our e-commerce site, so that everything in the store, well, most everything in the store will be online very, very shortly. So I am very excited. Hey, Angela's here. Um, so everything on in the shop will be available to you online, and that is, it's a huge monumental undertaking, but we are so close, this close to getting that done. I think that's all of our announcements for now. Um, okay. All right. So now I want to show you two things that we have in the shop. Whoa. Hello. Let's go back. We want it to go back up. What is happening? Oh, it's having a little freak out. Um, oh, it thinks it wants to do something else. No, we want to go up. Okay, so I don't know if I told you, but I have a brand new camera and it's got AI. And it is like when I go like this, it's supposed to go up like that. So sometimes it does it, sometimes it doesn't. It was trying to enter into this thing called workboard mode, and or whiteboard mode, which apparently I can do, and then like present things on a whiteboard, but I don't have that. So I don't know why it tried to do that. It's a new camera. We're just going to blame it on technology gremlins. Okay. So let's talk about this new thing, this newfangled thing that we have. Hello. It's good to see you too. Um, we have a product in store that not a lot of people know what it is. So I wanted to explain it a little bit because I think once you see it, you're gonna be like so amazed. You're gonna be like, "What? How? What? I had no idea something like this even existed." So, all right. So this is it. This is what it is called. Let's see if I can flip this on. Yes. Okay. So this is called a zigzag. Okay. Now you're like, what in the heck is a zigzag? And it is essentially an interfacing that you put onto or with your fabric. And here's how it works. Okay. So what we've got is this panel of interfacing, and it's got three, like, as you can see, this is the butterfly. This is a vintage butterfly style pattern. Okay. And I know it's really kind of hard to see it here on the camera, but you see there, that's the butterfly shape. Okay. So if you've seen vintage um patterns, you'll recognize this as one of those vintage butterfly type things. Okay. So what you do is you cut this out of your interfacing around this, um you know you can cut it right at this line. I like to leave a little edge around it, so I'm going to show you what that looks like. Okay. And we actually, so here is a piece. Here it is. I've cut it out. And I've just cut, you can see, just roughly around the edge, not up to the edge yet. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to place this. Now, this is a fusible interfacing. So it's got a side with some dots on it and a side that's smooth, and the smooth side has printing on it. Now, what you do is you put this down on your fabric, and you do not iron it. Do not iron it. No, no, no. You see those videos all the time where they're like, yeah, no, don't iron it. And what you're going to do, and you can place this so that you can get multiples on, this is a 10-inch square from a layer cake. So this is a really cool project that you can do with a couple of layer cakes, which, surprise, surprise, you can get in our shop. So you get the piece and you put it fusible side towards the right side of the fabric. And again, do not iron it. No, no, no ironing. So now what you're going to do is you're going to sew right on this solid line all the way around this shape. Okay. And you are going to then cut it at the dotted line. So you're going to cut all of the that excess away, but again, because you haven't ironed it, it's going to be sort of free floating from the front of your fabric. Okay. Then we have that done for you. It's like a cooking show. What you're going to do is you're going to cut through the interfacing and you're going to flip it. Okay. And you're going to flip, 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 flip. And you will turn all of these edges. And then if you look now, that fusible side, it's on the other side. And then you place this on your background and then you iron it. No. Not until you get to this point, right? So you have this like applique now that instead of doing all of this hand turned edges, look at how easy I slap it down onto my fabric, I iron it, and then I can zigzag around the edges, which is why they call it a zig zap. Get it? I didn't make this up. This is not my product, but I love this product. And I think this is so cool because here you can see I've stitched on it. I've done a couple of stitches down the middle. It's super flexible, it's not stiff. I can now embroider the little butterfly antenna on here, and I can even do some like embroidery applique here to make the body of the butterfly stand out. This is a great scrap buster project. Again, I did this with 2 different layer cakes. I have a light color for the background, and then I can get 2 pieces per 10-inch square. So for this, these 2 pieces came from a 10-inch square. So I just need to, I can get 2 appliques per focus fabric. So these panels, Mariana, I know they're so cool. So this you get 3 per panel, and I'm just going to say, like, what would you guess? Like, what would be your guess as to how much this panel is, right? It comes with 3 different three pieces per piece, okay? So, how much do you think it is? Go ahead and drop that in the comments. Like, tell me what you think. How much do you think that is? Because I'm gonna blow your mind when you find out. But here, isn't this the sweetest? And then what you can do is you can border this. You can do all of that. Um, it looks like a nice mug rug. Yes, my coffee mug is that big. I've seen that coffee mug. It is that big. You could just put a backing on this and call it a day. Could be a very cute little um backing. Oh my gosh. You can tell the boys are in. Jerry says $1,000,000. Bob says $7,000. No, my good friends, no. This whole panel with 3 pieces is $1.25. A buck 25. So let's say you're gonna need, 10 panels to do a full-size quilt. That is no problem because they're $1.25 piece. So you're looking at $12.50 for 10 panels. Super easy to do. 3 pieces would be a really sweet like table runner size. So this is a 10-inch square. You can't you can't beat that price. Like, it's so inexpensive just to try it. If you don't like the butterflies, which, I get it. Butterflies may not be your jam. We have hearts, and we also have leaf shapes. And the leaf shapes you can do like 3 pieces with the leaves, and you can make them into tulips. So you can do all kinds of really pretty appliques with the leaf panels, the heart panels. You can, right? $1.25. Something new, something you probably haven't seen before because I hadn't seen it before. And this is one of those things that's from my good friends at the Quilt Smart company, which if you haven't seen their Their bags, they have some great, great bag patterns, which we also carry in stock. So the Mondo bag, which some of you may know the name of because it sounds familiar, it's because it was one of the best selling patterns in the country for a long, long time. The Mondo bag and Quilt Smart. So these are put together by the folks at Quilt Smart. So here's the thing, if you cannot make it to us in Paducah, then by all means, go ahead and let me know if you want some of these panels, and I will be able to mail them to you. So go ahead, let me know in the comments. We will take care of it. Just let me know how many panels you want, and we'll figure out the shipping and everything, and we'll get them to you before. Right? Cigar shapes, motorhome shapes, dog shapes. Nope. Sorry. Nope. We don't have those. We have hearts and we have um we have hearts and we have leaves. Okay. So the next thing I want to show you, and we're actually going to do one because I have not done one yet, is we have the last, and I mean last, of these butterfly makers in stock. We got a closeout. Somebody was getting rid of their stock of these, and I recognized them right away. I was like, "Oh my gosh, these, I haven't seen these in a really, really long time. I cannot get this shape anymore. What we have is all we have." And these two shapes, they've become kind of popular. So this packaging too, if you have gotten any of the newer clover yo-yo makers, you'll recognize this pattern's even like older packaging. It's not even used, they don't even use this packaging anymore. So we're gonna try this one. Now, these ones are done a little bit differently. I'm just here for the entertainment. Yeah, I see that. It's a good thing I am entertaining. Okay, so it is Butterfly Day, if you haven't guessed. All right. So if you've not seen the butterfly or any of these yo-yo makers before, this is just one of the shapes that they used to make. They had different shapes before. They also had the regular yo-yo circles, right? And we're all familiar with like the circle yo-yos. You could do this with two circles and sort of smush them in the center. But why when you have a butterfly shape maker? All right. So I like how these directions are like really like they're so simple to follow. Remove the plate and disc and follow, do the thing. Okay. So I don't need the directions, but I will just glance at them because that's what we do here. Do not let this intimidate you. This is not hard. Right. Okay. So we snap it. We do the one. We do the second one, and then we pull. Yeah, that's exactly what I thought. Okay. So what we have here is failure to communicate. We've got a lovely little piece of fabric, and we've got our yo maker, and of course we're using our heirloom sewing needles, and I brought some thread. And so what we do is we just take your fabric here and you snap said thing into place. Now this, there we go. That's how you know it's working, when you've got it snapped into place like that. And we can trim a lot of this excess, because we are not going to need all of this hanging off of here. So we can take care of that. This is the large size. There's also a small, and there were other shapes that they made available. There was a heart at one point. uh, Holy complications. There's like 100 steps. It did look like 100 steps. But that's because they had to provide you a lot of photos. If you have to provide a lot of photos, it always looks like a million steps. But this is not. If it was hard, I wouldn't do it. Right? I don't do stuff that's hard. Mary says I need this. Well, these are the one thing that is actually on our website right now. Um I I made uh the mistake of telling someone that I was going to put this up online the next morning, and the next morning they were like, "Where is it? I want it." And I'm like, I got to give a girl a minute." Like I didn't put it up yet. So so yeah, that was a lot of fun. All right. So we have our thread, and we need to make sure that we have enough thread that will go all the way around the tool. Okay, so this is just one of those tricks that you need to make sure that you have enough thread that will go all the way around, because what you don't want to do is start and then get to here and realize you don't have enough. You don't have enough thread. Yeah, I was like, this person was just like, "Where is it? I need the butterflies." And I thought to myself, because this always happens to me. They're like, "Where's the listing? I can't find it." And you tell them, like, "Oh, it'll be up in a second." And then you're like, "Oh, okay, it's live. You can go buy it now." And then it's crickets, and they don't buy it. And then they like you never hear from them again. That is not what happened. So luckily, my extra work was good. The reason there's so many instructions is because it's in like 5 languages. It's in German, and it's in English and French. Like, holy cow. There's a lot there's a lot of directions here. Okay. So, there is a starting point on here. At least they tell me there is, and it's probably on this side. And it is marked with an S. They say. Hmm. You say? You say? Oh. It's not really marked with an S. It's just I'm supposed to look at the directions and know that it is marked with an S. Okay. So you are going to start, and you start right here, okay, according to the directions. Um yeah, do the directions change based on the language? Um yes. No, they don't go in any order. The pictures are the same. It's just the languages are different, right? So where there's French, right? And it says point de depart. The if you don't know, the Clover brand is from Japan. So they sell these all over the world, and they really want you to. There's Espanol and Deutsch, which is German. Um, okay, so they want you to start on this side, and they want you to start right here. Okay, and you want to. This is where your knot is going to be. Okay. Now, here's a tip on using these that most people that may not know, right? Because you probably haven't made one of these before. Um, so, what you're going to do, is see, that's what happens, right? The knot is too skinny, and it will pop right through. And when I go to pull on this, right, I don't want all of that to pop back out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back down right where I was. And of course, now I've see, I've made a knot, an unintended knot. I did not want to make that knot. There we go. I've made so many of those, I know how to get them out. Okay, so we've gone down and back up. And that, if you can look in there, it's created a little spot where I can pull. And that little anchor is going to help me go all the way around. Okay, so this is where we want to make sure that while we're going back and forth here, that we are catching. So we're going to sew on this side and we're going to go all the way around. So I need to make sure that my loops are on this side and the needle comes back out here on this side. So you can see that the thread is not actually being caught by the by the tool, right? We're not trapping the tool. You're not going over the edge. Don't go over the edge. That's going to trap the tool in there. We don't want that. Okay, so we're going in here. And this happens a lot too. Your excess thread gets caught on the rest of the it's like when you do embroidery and the embroidery hoop catches everything. Okay, so we're going around. There we go. And you're just going in and out of each of these locations like that, like so. All right. And then you're going to get to these little divots. And that's where don't trap the tool. Mary, my nails are super cute. Thank you. And Bob, thank you. Attracted by pretty nails. They are press-on nails, everyone. I always do the press-on nails. I'm really enjoying the press-on nails. They're Olive and June brand. All right, so there we go. And now, see, we're going down in this divot. This is going to make the little indentation here for the butterfly wing. So this is just how these stitches are placed in such a way that they will create these certain gathers, and they're just in the exact right place for all of this to happen. Now, remember I said you needed to make sure you had enough thread to go all the way around because, as you can see, this thread, while it's going to get pulled, you need quite a bit of it to get all the way around the tool. So there we go, getting to it. All right, so, oh, Jorge, hello, Jorge, how are you? Oh, okay, so now we're tangled up here. So what I like to do is I just like to take the needle off and unhook ourselves. See how easy that was? And then we just rethread ourselves to continue on. If you ever get stuck, you can just take that and do that. All right, and so now here's one of those additional divots where it's making like the bottom of the butterfly. Okay. And this tool is so simple to use. These yo-yo makers, I know many women who spent years and years making yo-yos by hand, and yo-yo making is a very old technique. It was actually invented in the 1500s in England, and they were called Suffolk puffs, and they were from Suffolk, England, and they were used to decorate the outfits of nobility, and they were very simple to make because they could be made with scraps of fabric like this. And yes, Marion, they're online yet. Yeah. Stephanie. Yes, Stephanie is one of my like my childhood friends. I mean, we're talking like way back, like OG back. So, all right. So we are getting to the close here to the end, and sometimes it's hard to see like where you need to be going in. So sometimes I like to look at the edge of the tool. So sometimes the edge of the tool will show you like where to aim. Um and that will get the needle in the right place. So I like that these are, sort of foolproof, kind of easy to follow. It makes them consistent. That's another really big feature that I like about these because, again, could you cut out your own fabric and, like, somehow turn it into your very own yo yo? Yes, you could. No one's stopping you from doing that. More power to you. But not all of us can do that. So, and here is where I needed to be very careful because, as you can see, we have very little thread left. Oh boy. Oh no. Did I miscalculate? Maybe a little. Just barely. Oh, look at that. I played thread chicken and I won. Look at that. All right. So there's my little tiny tail. All right, now this tool actually has two pieces, two sections, and you're supposed to do both. Okay, you're not supposed to just do the outside of the butterfly. You're supposed to do his little skinny interior as well. So in order to do this part, we don't need um all Yes. This is like Bob and Chicken. Yeah, I played Bob and Chicken the other day and I won. So I was playing, I was sewing, I was madly sewing. And as I was sewing, I kept looking at my bobbin thread through the little compartment and I was like, "Oh boy. Oh geez, I'm going to run out." And I kept thinking, well, if I run out, I run out, and I'll have to start over with a new fresh bobbin. I did not have to. I actually got all the way to the finish line, and that was really cool. So I played Bobbin Chicken and I won. So that was pretty exciting. You don't have a lot of exciting days like that usually. Like, I know that playing Bobbin Chicken doesn't sound like an exciting day, but around here, it is. Okay. So now we need to do this same process here on this side. And what we're going to do is we're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to do a little, what I'm calling a little stay stitch right here, because when we pull on this thread, okay, you go all the way around. Oh my gosh, Frankie. Okay, here's where they are in case you cannot find them. They're under the Yo-Yo Makers listing. You know what? Let me just pop it in here because that's gonna be something that everybody asks. Like, let me get that. Shop.muppin.com. Let me pull up the listing. There we go. And I'm dropping it into the comments right now. And it's gone. Okay, so check the comments because that's where it will be. All right. So we've gone up, down in the same spot. Okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to go down there and we're going to just do this same process. and we're gonna go around. Now, this is where it does get a little challenging to find the in the spots to go back and forth in, and you can see here, um, there you go. Thank you, Stephanie. I appreciate you. Um, and this here this is really cool, like how they've done this so that the tool does not get captured by the thread. I mean, this is just ingenious. And like I said, people have been making yo-yos um for hundreds of years. They've been called various things, but in the 1930s is when they started calling them yo-yos because they reminded people of the actual yo-yo toy. And so people in America just started calling them yo-yos, and that's what they've been called ever since. And there's been, various people who've made yo-yos by hand, and you can still make them by hand, but they come out all different, sizes, etc. Phew! Sorry, bless me. Does the size of the needle matter? No. I like my heirloom sewing needles because they're the big universal needle. Okay, so here's another tip. I always do like to try to go at least into the spot where I began. Um, and there we go. So now we are done with this. We're done with this sewing part. Bless me. Thank you. Thank you. um, and we can pop the tool out and we can detach it from the other side. You just want to peel that back gently. And we can now start pulling on the thread. And so what this is going to do is this is going to start to gather the this little creature. Okay, so we've got this one started. And we're just gonna go ahead and tuck all that in there. Does he go this way? Yeah, he goes that way. And we're just gonna pull, pull, pull. Okay. Now I'm gonna leave this for now, and I'm gonna pull on the other one, and we're gonna start to see this little butterfly take shape. And we do want to pull the this raw edges under. And again, you're not going to want to pull like too hard. You don't want your thread to break. So, you want this to be like a gentle pull. Don't don't get all forceful. You don't want to break the thread somewhere in the middle. Ask me how I know. So you're just kind of gently pulling that thread so that it gathers all the way around. And while we're doing that, you're going to start to see these little butterfly wings take shape. This is really cool. I was so happy to get these because I had been wanting a set and I hadn't found them before they were already discontinued. And they had a bunch of different shapes at the time. Clover had made the round shapes, which we still sell in our shop, but uh, they started discontinuing some of those and they started doing things like hearts, clover leaves. They did a shamrock for a while. I thought that was really cool. All right, let's go now. Here we go. Okay, so here's the butterfly taking shape on the front, but what we're seeing here on the back is like this is really that spot that I had pulled, right? And so we're just going to pull this together. Oh my gosh. He's so cute. Look at that. Look at that. They're so cute. Okay. So he's got a little excess there. we just got to pull this top thread a little bit stronger, and we're going to close up that gap. But again, you want to make sure that you use a strong thread. You don't want to use your old grandma's sewing box thread, because that's going to be a little bit too weak. You're not going to see that, you're gonna want to use the threads that are nice and new and strong. Okay, so now you can start to see, I got to fluff it out a little here so you can see him, right? But he's got little 2 wings, just like that. And the back here is what gets scrunched up too. It's just so cute. Oh, he's so adorable. And again, it's just going to take, you have 2 threads that you're pulling here at the same time. Okay. And so I am going to tie this, and that should help keep him in shape here. And what I will probably do is attach my needle back to this and actually take a couple stay stitches, just so that those don't come apart. And I can actually, now that I have like a knot in there, I can actually like continue to pull it a little more, and get it a little bit stronger, a little bit more together. On the back here, okay, we can manipulate this excess here. Okay, that's going to help keep him in shape. That's why they've got the two things to pull, right? And that's help keeping him in shape. But they've got some really cute ideas for the little butterfly, right? And so when you have him like all zhuzhed together here, you can add like little feelers. And they've done that here with like just a couple of like those little stems that you can buy for faux flowers. There's people, they put a little piece of rickrack in there. They've decorated a little bag. They show here a little pillow. There's the front and the back. You can use either one. So cute. So cute. And so this is the small. Here is the actual size for the small. So you can see that the large is quite bigger. And then here's a tip for you about any of the yo-yo makers. What they do have is always somewhere on the template, and I can show you that in the light like that. That is going to be the actual size of the actual product that you're making. So this is, it's spot on. And so if you're ever wondering like what size is this going to end up being without having to once you put this back together, you put it in your sewing bag, right? And you maybe have perhaps thrown away the directions. You are like, I forgot what size this thing makes. It's right there in plastic on the template as to what size it makes. And so that will always help you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Oh my gosh, Frankie's, thank you so much. I appreciate you. So yeah, so this is always going to help you determine what size it is so that you don't have to keep all this packaging. So this one here, again, the instructions are practically the same. But they do have, so yeah, here's the same project, but they also have, this is really cute. They actually made some and put them on like pipe cleaners and stuck them in your planter. which is cute for Easter time, right? I just thought this was really sweet. I do not have classes here in the shop yet. We will be having classes here, but they will be held off site. They will be either at the museum or they will be at another local business. Our shop is, as everyone who's been here can attest, we are only 300 square feet. We are tiny but mighty. And so our shop is not as big as it could be. So these are the last of these that I have ever seen. That this is it. This is all there is. Once they're gone, they're gone. And I will not be able to get them anymore. So this is the only stock that I have been able to find and that you will be able to get from us. And so if you like these little butterflies, you think they were really sweet and you really need to have them, hint, hint, you'll need to get them from shop.muppin.com. The listing for them is in the comments. Thank you all so much for spending your Friday night with me, as always. My friends, I hope that you have a wonderful Easter weekend. We will be here at the shop tomorrow. Oh, Mary, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. We will be here at the shop, and so we will be open on Saturday, and we will be able to take a look at our new shop hours on Monday, 12 to 4. So that's pretty exciting as well. Oh my gosh. Yeah, okay. You bring me a prototype, I will happily sell it. uh hey, thank you for a good night. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Frankie. Have a wonderful weekend also. We'll be here, like I said, at the store, but if you have requests, we're gonna do some requests. We're getting ready for quilt week. I will not be here next Friday, so you will have a week off from me. I will be in Cincinnati, Ohio, where I will be the guest speaker of the Greater Cincinnati Valley Quilters Guild. So if you want, you can come out and see that. Thank you. Good to see you too as well. And I will see all of you in 2 weeks. 2 weeks. I will see all of you then. Take care. Bye bye.